welcome to HTML CSS Fundamental 101. So welcome to this channel if it is your first time, and welcome to the course HTML CSS Fundamentals 101. Yeah, so this HTML CSS Fundamentals 101 is part of a bigger course, which is Front-End Developer Mastery course. Okay, that you can read more about it in the link I'm going to leave in the description. But basically it is a course where we teach front end, and I decided to put these HTML CSS fundamentals on YouTube to help those who are following the Front-End Developer Mastery course. Okay, so in this first episode, before we jump into coding or doing anything to do with HTML CSS, so I'm just going to first go through exploring what is possible with computers, what is possible, what can a computer do in today's world, and what its capabilities and how it has been developing all over these years, because it is very important before you start doing coding, first of all, to understand what are different fields in a computer, and specifically where does HTML CSS lie in that matter, because it is not good. Most people I've seen on internet who do courses on internet, more especially if you are a self-taught developer, you end up actually doing either something that is high than where you're supposed to start, and that is what happens in most cases. People start so high than where they are supposed to start from. So to avoid those cases, it is good to first go through the career path and see what is possible with computers and which entry point are you entering into tech. Okay, so before you start doing any tech course, not necessarily this one, make sure first to go through the career path and you understand, okay, I'm going to do this course, and where does this course fall? Where does it come in? How do I fit in, and what are my dreams, and where am I starting from? So it is good you look at the career path before you start any course. So I'm just going to jump in and we start exploring what is the potential with the world of computer and its possibilities, or the potential you can earn from this. And basically we are going to be looking at different career paths that you can take with computer or computer science. Okay, so I'm just going to go through briefly. I'm not going to go into deeper, but I just want you to bring up to speed what is possible with computers, or what is possible with technology where we are right now. Okay, so there are very many places that you can do in computer. There are very many disciplines, there are very many career paths that you can do with computer. And I know even some of you are watching right now, at least there is something you know on the computer. At least you can even go on YouTube, you can find this video. That means at least you know some basic computing, or you at least know some computer operations. Okay, so the first discipline really is basic computer operations and productivity. So in this module or this level or this discipline of computer, here someone learns fundamental computer skills necessary for computer usage. Okay, so this is why you learn how to create a folder. This is why you learn how to navigate through a computer. How do you install a software, what is a mouse, what is a monitor. So really in this this level of computer, you are learning the basics. Okay, so you learn fundamental computer skills, you learn about computer hardware, the CPU, the everything that they teach in basic computing. Okay, so you know how to do some files, you can do file management, you can create, delete folders or create new files. You can at least do internet browsing, you can do emailing, you can use simple software applications like word processor, spreadsheets, you know. So at least at this level, you know how to use a computer. Basically, if you are given a computer, you can open it, you can create a file, you can send an email over internet. So that is what we call basic computer operation. So at that level, you know some kind of sort of basic computing, and there are potential job opportunities actually in that area. People become administrative assistants, customer service representatives, data entry specialists. So already at least already with basic computer operations, you already actually have some job opportunities that you can tap into, and that's the good thing with tech, and that's the good thing with computer. I think all in all, is that at any level you are in, you can still earn something, or you can still have a living with it. Okay, you can become any of these customer service at the nearest company, or you can just get administrative assistant job to do data entry, or to do help up with typing some office work. Okay, secretarial, you can just also try secretarial studies and all kind of stuff. So let's just look at specialized software applications, and in this case, now you take it one more step further, and you learn at least a specific software application used to do different specific tasks in this case. Okay, so you have seen people learning, for instance, Adobe Suite. Okay, so for instance, you can just go and learn Adobe Suite, Illustrator here, Photoshop, After Effects, blah blah. So you can learn a specific software at this point, and these tools, you learn more techniques. You now go into a specialized niche. For instance, if you wanted to be an animator, or you wanted to be a motion graphics, so you could go into After Effects, or you need to go into Premiere Pro, and you are doing video editing, and you are doing animation creating using those specific software. So at this level of specialized software applications, you are actually moving up, taking the bar up, and you have a lot of opportunities you can tap into. I think even these people who are doing AutoCAD, Archicad, Solid Edge, they all fall into specialized software applications. So you start now using a software application that is specialized in some specific field. Okay, so if you are an accountant, you would want to look at things like QuickBooks. You would want to look at things like SPSS for data analysis. There are so many different software in different fields. Okay, so you can go ahead and learn one of those software in a specific field, and you still have a lot of potential job opportunities in this field. Someone can become a graphic designer, a market researcher, data analyst, and so many others that you can do with those specialized software applications. Okay, so that is another field of computer where most people lie, and I find, like, I think most of the people, they are in that niche. You find someone is a DJ and is using a set of tools or a set of software to do his work. Then you find someone is a designer and is using a certain set of tools to do a specific task. And I think most people fall into this category. Okay, so up next is computer networking. So this section focuses, or this kind of career discipline focuses on fundamental computer networks, including data transmission, reception, and processing of data over a network. Okay, so this actually you are getting into more software, and actually specifically you are looking at how do we start now transporting, or how do we process data over network. Okay, so here you could just go into details and look into network architecture, protocols, security, troubleshooting. This is why you find someone is able to do, for instance, setting up a network for a company, a LAN network. It can be a LAN or a MAN network, or one, depending on whatever we are trying to achieve in that specific location. But really here we are bringing like connecting computers together, or bring them internet. So it can be sharing internet over computers, or it can be doing a lot of data transmission actually along a set of computers in a specific area. But here there's a lot of job opportunities in this career path, or in this field of computer, whereby you can do internet installations, network installations, troubleshooting, security management for networks, and so many others. So there are so many potential job opportunities also in this section. And we have network administrators, that's where they fall, security analysts, and network engineers. So this is also another key discipline in the computer world. Okay, so next we have database management and analytics, and this section really focuses on management of databases. Not really that you have to do anything like to do software, but you can actually become good at doing database, managing databases, and with extraction and analysis of the data that has been stored in those databases. So in those areas you have to learn about database design, about SQL language, at least data modeling and data warehousing. So those are some of the topics you have to be familiar with, or that is something you have to be familiar with to get into database management. Really, these people, they always protect the databases, and they can also do design of those databases, where that is going to be stored, and they can also model somehow SQL queries that are going to be used to model the data in this specific field. So this field is also having potential opportunities. For instance, database administrator, business intelligence analysts, data engineers, and so many others that you can find in this field. So up next is digital marketing and advertising, and I think this is peaking so much in today's era. If you are in 2023 and going on forward, you know how important digital marketing has become, and I think it is something that is developing so much faster. And after post-COVID, this trend has so much shooted, and it is showing so much potential after people started seeing the potential of selling their products online. But this career path focuses on promoting of products or services through digital channels such as websites, social media, search engines, emails, and mobile apps. So really, digital marketing is trying to promote or sell products or services through digital marketing channels. So these channels are such as websites, social media, and search engines, and mobile apps, and so many. So this is a hot field, and I think we'll have even more courses also on digital marketing. I think at This Hub. So by the way, this is under this hub. If you can see the logo here in the corner, this is part of This Hub. This is the logo for This Hub Coding School, and This Hub Coding School is part of This Hub. You can read more about This Hub in the link description, but basically it is a company where we look at software development, digital marketing, and digital reskilling, and graphic design and digital marketing. So we look at these those areas, and you can read more about it in the link I'm going to leave in the description. But digital marketing looks at something like search engine optimization, pay-per-click, advertising, content marketing, influencer marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, mobile marketing. There are so many things that are covered into digital marketing. There is video marketing. There is a lot to do with digital marketing today. There is a lot of ways and a number of ways of now marketing digital products online. Okay, and this has brought a ton of job opportunities in today's world. Okay, so we have digital marketing specialists, search engine optimization specialists, social media managers, content creators, content optimizers, and so many fields that has actually come up due to this digital marketing and advertising. And I think this is one of the areas you can also look at into entering. It is so good. Okay, so next it is cybersecurity and information assurance. So this field is actually very important because as we are getting into the hype of internet and so many things have come up on internet, security has become one of top concerns of how to secure yourself online. You have had people being conned of their money online. People have been being bankrupt. There's a lot of scamming going on online. There's sort of like internet, as we are trying to put up this infrastructure online to do many things like digital marketing and so many other things. So many concerns have come up. For instance, securing bank transactions and so many things, and even securing your information really from your computer to get out there. You have seen people information being leaked online. You have seen people being blackmailed due to that information, and so many other things that are security that can even lead to endangering your life have been associated from all these computer related services that we do online. So really, cybersecurity is a big field that actually is showing very high potential in this current era right now, because we are in a concern of protecting computer systems, networks, data from unauthorized access, theft, damage, and even so many, even malware. There is so much security concerns right now online. And actually, to you who are watching this video, I just tell you that be keen online, because anything anytime can happen. People are there looking for those kind of victims, or they are looking for those weak points to explore, and they can take advantage. So this cybersecurity area is also a very good area to look at, and I think in the future we are going to have some many courses about cybersecurity, really to look at securing people, systems, networks online, and very many other things. So here there are a lot of things you have to learn: security protocols, cryptography, safety threats, incident responses. You have to look at SQL injections, and so many other areas that are focused in this cybersecurity field. Okay, and there's a ton of job opportunities in this field too. And for instance, security analysts, cybersecurity engineers, network security specialists, and so many others that are into this kind of career or tech path. Okay, And finally, I'm just going to talk about software development. So if you know right now, you know that is the, I guess if it is not the number one right now, it is one of the most trending and the highest potential disciplines right now in computer is software development. Okay, so right now we are in the economy whereby more things, we are focusing more about productivity, how much can be done in less time, and that's how developers and software development is becoming more useful, because we are focusing on achieving, producing so much, increasing productivity in all angles, and software developers have really helped the world to do that. So if you looked at the new current right now trending applications, you can see that are bombarding the world. If you look at TikTok, that is a software development product. If you look at ChatGPT, that is a product of software development. If you look at Midjourney and all these other machine learning models that are coming up, they are all under software development. So software is something that you would want to focus on, and in this very course we are going to be looking at software development specifically, because we think it is something that you can get in and you can take advantage of. Okay, so this focuses on creating software for very many things: robotics, web apps, mobile apps, data science, machine learning. So really software development is so huge, is so huge, and we are going to break it down in a minute, but it is so much huge that you can't fail to get anywhere to be. Okay, and here for instance there are very many things you can learn here. There is a lot of programming languages, algorithms, data structures, databases, software development methodologies, software testing, debugging, and so many other areas that are concerned in this field. Like I think one of the very many people are more employed in software development, whether it is low code or it is code, but it is employing a lot of people in this area. Okay, so you can imagine Microsoft tools or Microsoft apps that were developed by software developers, how much people are employed on all those tools. Even the tools we talked about into specialized software applications like Adobe Suite and so others, they were developed by developers, and that's how much potential developers have. They create job opportunities for others, and even they increase productivity among all these people. Okay, so here there are very many job opportunities. Of course, software developer being number one. You have data scientists, you have machine learning engineers, and so many others that are into this field. So, and right now let's dive in and actually look at software development. Okay, so in this last one we said under all these operations, for us we are going to look at onto one, which is going to be software development. So you can just go and search about if you're interested in any other of the other above fields that we have talked about. So for us specifically on this channel, we are going to be right now focusing on software development, and that's what I want to talk about next right now. Okay, so software development, as we have said, is a big field, and it has a number of career paths under this software development. Okay, there is a lot of career path that you can take into software development. So the first one on top is actually web development. Okay, so web development, I think it is the most simple entry point into software development. Okay, so this involves developing of websites and web applications. Okay, so this career path in this includes web developers, front-end developers, back-end developers, full-stack developers, web designers, and so many others that are included or contribute into web development. Of course, there are some other people who create content, copywriters, and so many others that are into web development system. So really, and this is the one actually we are going to talk about. In this, we are going to dive into more about web development, because that's where HTML, CSS actually falls under. But I wanted to show you all the career paths that are possible with software development. Okay, so the second one is mobile app development. So mobile app development involves developing of applications for mobile devices, whether Android or iOS. But this really mobile development, app development, talks about developing of those applications. And you know how useful those applications have become current right now, the fact that everyone is owning a smartphone. Okay, so career path in this area includes mobile app developers, the number one, iOS developers, Android developers, cross-platform mobile app developers. Really here, just like it is just being a developer in this field. Okay, then the next one is game development. So game development is another career path under software development. This is why you are developing video games. Okay, so here actually just like we have game developers in this career path, we have game designers, game artists, and even game programmers. Okay, so really just is to take you up to speed, not even diving into more details of but is to tell you what is possible in each of these career paths. Okay, and another one is artificial intelligence and machine learning. You know, right now, if you are in 2023 and you are watching this, or even above, you know how artificial intelligence and machine learning have taken the world by storm. Okay, this was after releasing ChatGPT and Midjourney. It is making everyone crazy around the globe, and this is to show you how much potential artificial intelligence, or how much machine learning is capable of. Okay, so this is involves the developing of algorithms, models that enable computers to learn from data and make decisions. And this is really what you see, what ChatGPT does and what Midjourney does. They were fed with a lot of billions and billions of data to come up, start learning, and be able to help humans to do a lot of tasks that would have been so much tiresome, and they are helping the world to make it so much better. Though it brought career concerns, people are worried that jobs are going to be taken, and of which I don't think so, because these tools, we have been experiencing, I think, machine learning at small levels, because at the end of the day, developing a software is to ease the life of the person who is using it. So let's say you have been a graphic designer and you have been using Illustrator. Already that one was helping a ton of work. It was doing for you a lot of things that you do not have done by yourself. So bringing a more intelligent tool is not a problem. Okay, it is just actually helping you produce more faster. Okay, so and it is going to sort of inquire us, or humans, to become more creative and spend our time in a more creative way. Okay, so I think it isn't going to take away jobs, but is bringing a new niche of jobs that people need to be creative to take them up. Okay, so the career path here, we have machine learning engineers, data scientists, AI researchers, and AI engineers. So really, by the way, if you are going to start your new career, unless you are already somehow a software developer or a mobile app developer, or into this career already, I guess at the beginning of all of it, start with web development. Don't jump into machine learning because you have had it is so much trending and you think you are going to cope up with. Okay, take it slow, one step at a time, you will be there. So next is cloud computing. So right now you might not be familiar with cloud computing, but everything right now we are doing, everything is now stored online. We are talking about platforms like AWS, we're talking about platform like DigitalOceans and Azure, and so many other platforms that actually help us deploy software on those cloud platforms. You can have a virtual machine, you can have a virtual computer. In brief, you can have your computer virtually online, and this actually increases, for instance, its accessibility to others, and even helping do more online. And even accessing of data has been so easy with these platforms, and even connecting the data all over the world has been so much simplified due to this cloud computing. So cloud computing is actually looking at those using those platforms or cloud platforms to do software application or deploying software applications. So in this career path, we have cloud architects and cloud developers and even cloud engineers. You can just go read more about cloud computing if you're interested, but that's what I can say about it. As you have said, cyber security is also under web development, not web development, but really under software development. As we are developing software, a lot of concerns come in, like securing people's data and the systems. Okay, hackers are ever there to take up those vulnerable systems, and cybersecurity is there to ensure that the software, systems, and even data, as people they are using all these things online and even offline, they are secured. Okay, so cybersecurity is a big field, and I think it has a lot of to do, and it is going to be so much in need even today and even in the future. So career path in this include security analysis, cyber security engineers, penetration testers, and other things. Okay, and then the last one is going to be system administration and DevOps. Okay, so this involves managing and maintaining of software and infrastructure. So these people normally they look at from the time the software is created and until when the software is deployed. So they look at the whole of maintaining software infrastructure from ideation up to deployment, and even continuing to scaling and all other kind of stuff that are so deep. And you are going to look at higher level of software development. We have actually DevOps, and DevOps is just like development operations. What does it virtually mean? It means development operations, but really this one is looking at the infrastructure or the process it takes from getting an idea for developing a software, which tools you are going to use, looking at the people who are going to use it, looking at how you're going to deploy it, and even scaling it to do its purpose. So all those people, system administration and DevOps is a very good field also to look at, but not at the beginning of your career, of course, but it's something you can get into as you are getting comfortable into software development. So those are about I think 7 careers, 7 careers that you're going to find more coming up in software development. However, there is right now Web3 and I guess Web3 and blockchain, but it can fall under artificial intelligence or anything, but it's also a path. If you can just look up to it, there is that thing of blockchain and Web3 .0 that has come up of recent, and people are getting into NFTs, blockchain, smart contracts, and all that kind of stuff. But I did not include it here. I just simply put focused on these 7 fields. And our focus under software development at this level, if you are starting and if you just clicked on watching HTML, CSS, chances are you are getting into the career of software development. And if you are getting into career of software development, please, I want you to focus on web development first. Not because that is you are going to be your end point, but that is the smartest decision you're going to make to enter into this. I'm talking about this at the point of being a self-taught developer. I've been a self-taught developer for about 3 years now, I know what it takes and how difficult it is that you can find online to get into software development. So trust me, start with web development and start moving slowly up. And yeah, I think that is a smart decision that you can make. So let's look at web development. So since we have said it is a smart decision to enter through web development, let's look at web development. Okay, so there are a lot of also, not so many actually, but there are specific here careers under web development, and there are specific at about 4, and even the others, I believe so, but the most 4 ones that come up when you talk about web development are actually these 4: the web designer, front-end developers, back-end developers, and full-stack developers. And those are the 4 disciplines that are actually more associated with web development. Okay, so let's start with web designer or web designing. So web designing, these people focus on the visual design and layout of websites. Okay, so these people are the ones that come up with the idea. They sit down with the marketing department of an organization, and then they interpret company goals. They interpret objectives and goals of the company, and then they come up with a visual design and layout of a website. And then this is what developers in the future they will use to build. Okay, so they use design software such as Photoshop, Sketch, Figma, and others like InVision to create wireframes. So if you are not familiar with wireframes, you don't need to, but just to know, the web designers, that is their task, is to come up with the visual design with the aid of graphic design tools. And these days the most trending ones is Figma and XD. Okay, I did not put them here, but those are the most ones, the most trending ones. I think I can really add those ones. Just going to add here like Figma and XD, Adobe XD. So I think those 2 are the most used ones, and actually even Sketch for people who are using MacBooks and other systems. Yeah, so that is about web designers. Okay, and these ones, they really work hand in hand with developers. They work with developers to bring their designs to life. So after the design has been completed and has been approved by the organization, it is taken up by the front-end developer to start working on it to bring it to life. And this field, so many people are employed under this web designer field, and I think it is the first one under web development. Most people are on to that. Okay, so let's look at the next one, which are front-end developers, or what are front-end development. So front-end developers focus on user-facing part of website. Okay, so what you're trying to mean is that user interface that was developed by a web designer is taken up by a front-end developer, and he starts trying to focus on it to see how he can bring it to life. Okay, trying to make it look exactly the way it is on a web page. Okay, so these people, they use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create the look and feel of a website and make sure that it is user friendly. Okay, so, and this is the field we are going to be focusing on in this course particularly, and the course, you can see it is called Front-End Developer Mastery course, and really it is focusing on front-end development. So at the end of the day, we are going to look more into details under front-end, but just know in this course we are going to look at front-end developer or front-end development. Then the next field under web development is backend. Okay, so backend developers focus on the server side of web development or of the website. So they're the people who are driving the data behind that whole interface you are looking at. So if you look at an app like YouTube, so in the front end you have this look, nice look, the design, that is the front end guys who did it. but then the whole thing that is driving the data behind it, the clicking, the what, all that one is driven by the backend developers. For them, they focus on the server side of developing things, and they use programming languages such as PHP, Python, Ruby, and Java to build and maintain the systems that power the websites and web applications. And they deal, most of the times they deal with servers and many other things like databases. They most times you are dealing with databases, servers, and trying to communicate and manipulate data at the back end. Okay. And finally is full stack development, and full stack development is actually combining both front end and back end. Okay, so in like areas like Africa, whereby companies are still looking up developers in general purpose field, full stack developers are more very important to be knowing both front end and back end, because small companies actually they tend to want to have one person handling the whole thing of the websites, because they don't have much cost to hire a front end, a back end, and even to web designers. You may find you are employed at a company and they want you to do all these 4 fields. They want you to come up with a design, they want you to come up to bring that design to life, and even make it work in the back end wise. So being a full stack developer is combining those skills in the front end and the back end. Okay, so they can build and maintain complete web applications from start to finish. You work on the whole complete application alone, and I think at This Hub we have those courses in all these 4 fields. So we have courses under full stack development, whereby we look at using like Laravel path, or using Node.js, and then using Python. Okay, so there are a lot of fields you can take when you're doing full stack development, and you can check under our courses down there and you explore more about all these fields. By the way, when you look at our courses page, you can explore even we have even the career path on the website. You can go ahead and explore for sure what is possible with all these fields. In that when you go to the website, you will see something called career path. When you click there, you will be given all the necessary career paths under here, and in that one we even included more others, for instance freelancers and so many others. So just find the link in the description, go read more about these ones and understand what you are getting into. As I've said, in this course, since we are going to look at HTML, CSS fundamentals, our focus is going to be front-end development, and just believe me, and I take you through what front-end web development is all about. So as we said, front-end developers, they focus on building the front part of the website, and they use the languages. They use HTML, they use CSS and JavaScript to build the front end of the website. And the website is viewed in the browser, and the browser only understands only these 3 languages. Okay, so the first language you're going to talk about is actually HTML. Okay, so HTML is the foundation of all websites, whether YouTube, Google, Amazon, Udemy, any website you see on the internet is powered by HTML. Okay, so there is no any website that does not need a front-end developer. There is no any website that does not use HTML. Okay, so front-end developers use HTML to structure the content of a website, such as text, images, and links. So when you look at a website, it is involving images, pictures, links, videos. So HTML gives us the capacity to put these elements, or it is the one that provides the instructions of putting all this content, or all this text, the images and the links, put them on the web page we use the abilities of HTML. Okay, we are going to dive into just in a minute. We are going to dive into HTML, so don't worry at this point. But just what I can tell you, that HTML is the backbone of all websites, or is the foundation of all websites, and front-end developers use it to structure the content of a website. Okay, so next is CSS. So CSS in full is cascading style sheet, and it is used to style and format the visual elements of a website. Okay, so as you are saying, you can put the image, you can put the links, you can put the text, but how those elements or how that content looks, it is the CSS that does the styling. For instance, you might have a paragraph or a heading, but that heading being blue or being red is powered by CSS. So CSS helps us to style the layout of the website. And for instance, front-end developers use CSS to control the layout, the color, typography, and so many iconology and many other things on the website. Okay, so CSS is now the person who is like the beautifier. Okay, so it is responsible for beautifying the website. So anything that you look fancy, beautiful on the website, it was done by CSS. Okay, so next is JavaScript, and JavaScript is the programming language. By the way, those first one, HTML, CSS, they are not programming languages, but actually they are. One is a markup language, another one is a style sheet. But JavaScript is the only programming language that we are using here. So JavaScript is a programming language that is used to add interactivity to websites. Okay, so are you enjoying those clicks, pop-ups, some dynamic effects, drop-down menus, and animations? They are done by JavaScript. So JavaScript is equally very important in the front-end development world. There is no way you can go away without doing these three languages. So these three languages, if you have to do front end, they are a must, and we focus them, and we have deeply a course, a deeper, richer course, even on this channel. Already we have, if you are watching this, there is already JavaScript fundamentals 101 tutorials that are already there. A full playlist is already there on the channel, and is also part of the front end developer mastery course. And then right now we are starting this new one, HTML CSS series, that are going to be in HTML CSS fundamentals 101 that you're going to find in the playlist. Okay, and yeah, so that is what I would say that is covered in the career path under software development and even the whole tech industry. I've gone through to break down all things that into the career path, at least not in so much details, but I've given you the high level overview of what is possible with all this kind of tech. Okay, we have gone through all this stuff, and I guess this was really worth it. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and this was the episode 1 of this course. So please, if you like this kind of information and you enjoyed it, please share with others, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next episode, whereby we are starting to look at HTML, CSS in details. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next episode.